Welcome back, Universe 2 Off the Rails, the season 4 premiere this week. Woo! Season 4. Woo! Yeah, but I botched it. Now we got all the new fun stuff. So now it's season 4.
Nice.
Still coming to
They
you.
didn't consult their producer.
Still coming to you live from the Coldwell Banker Home Sale Realty Studios here in frigid Grafton, Wisconsin. And if you're looking to buy or sell a house, maybe you're interested in a career in real estate, email Roy. I don't get the echo today.
Roy
At cbhsr.com or give them a call 414-235-0763. They'd love to be your go-to for all your real estate needs. Make sure you call Roy. And in person today in the studio from the Indoor Kid Company, Nathan Clemens. Woo!
Thanks for having me.
No problem. All right. And South Carolina-based stand-up comedian, her unique style of comedy gives the audience a glimpse into how warped her brain works. Erin Lok. Woo!
Hey.
All right. And all we could afford was the VP of the World Series, Jason Rowland. Woo!
he's the one everybody likes.
You keep saying that.
That's what I said to Joe when Joe is upset because I brought you in on his show. And he goes, he had his own show. Why didn't I have my own show? And I said, because everybody likes him.
Hey, make sure you like and share this because somebody you know right now might need a laugh. So you guys ready to do some bad jokes?
Let's do it. Let's do
Do
it.
it.
Come on.
Bad jokes. We got a bunch of new stuff coming in, mixing the show. We got Eric running things online. We got Molly to do emails, social media, making all our posts, fixing day-to-day shit. And you know what, Will?
Does she have a song for the bad joke monologue?
If we don't stay on Molly's ass, though.
Molly, how long has this been? We've been waiting for this intro.
Dude, I
song.
went over the bad joke monologue with you, and you already interrupted the punchline of the first joke. And we went over it together last night, a rehearsal.
I was high last night. I'm sorry.
This looks really, really well rehearsed.
Holy shit.
Go ahead, Tommy.
We're never rehearsing again.
Okay.
That's it.
Let's just, I like it to be more natural.
Okay. Hong Kong is set to kill 2,000 hamsters because of animal to human transmission of the virus. Unfortunately, they left 2 alive, and now they're up to 5,000 hamsters. All right, Jason. China is blaming Canada for the Omicron outbreak coming from Canadian mail, which means they have South Park in China. Blame
I get
Canada.
it. I got it.
Explained it.
Right. Speaking of China, China brings back anal swab tests just before the Olympics. It's the cheapest test there is. Shove your finger up your ass, put it in your mouth. If you taste shit, you don't have COVID.
I don't remember reading that one.
Yeah, threw that one in there.
I would have advised against that one.
It's timely though. Real timely.
After 77 years, the FBI has finally figured out that William Van Maren, died in 1971, was the man who told the Nazis Anne Frank's whereabouts. And frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
And frankly, oh my goodness.
Wow.
Weird fact about Anne Frank. She's younger than Betty White.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, should she have survived, she would have been younger
Wow.
than Betty White. Yeah, 93.
Don't
That is a
bother
fun
going
fact.
to the Anne Frank house, Will says. It's just a house and she's not there.
There's a snack bar in there though, which is good when you get the munchies because you're getting high in
In
Amsterdam and you go to the Anne Frank house and you're a little depressed. You want to eat something. There's a snack bar right in there.
What do you sell at the Anne Frank?
Not an Anne Frank because that's
In
one
Anne
they hide it. You have to go find it. Served on a toasted Kaiser
I'm a
roll.
German.
Oh,
Anne
wow.
Frank.
Wow.
They hide it.
Too soon. Come on, she
Yeah,
be a
that's-
little lady by now.
Gas, flame burned.
Wow.
That's horrible.
Man,
That's
I
horrible.
went,
That's
I went to
horrible.
Oh, I lost someone's audio, I think.
Uh-oh. I hope it's not mine.
No, I can hear you good.
All right. The Theodore Roosevelt statue was removed in New York from the Natural History Museum. A bullet to the chest couldn't bring down the bull moose, but it crumbled under the weight of a few snowflakes.
Oh.
Sorry, millennials, that joke hit too close to your parents' home.
Yeah, nice.
You're the ones walking around like you rent the place. Kelly Zelansky, a beauty blogger, proves that using semen for your face, for face cream, is what gives her its glowing look. Holy shit, ladies, we were just making that up. Does it really taste like pineapple too?
No.
All right, a simple eye test can reveal how long you have left to live, a new study shows. So, Will, next time you're getting an eye exam and the doctor says, I think this will be your last prescription, he probably isn't talking about your eyes.
Oh, man, you're probably right.
All right, White Castle cancels its fine dining Valentine's Day deal. And I am so pissed, me and Pookie.
Oh, geez, Tom. Hold on. Wait, I got something for that.
You're not supposed to make them.
What is Just makes me want to burn this motherfucker down. Come on, Boogie, let's burn this motherfucker down. Okay, let's burn this motherfucker down.
Jeez. If you ever worked in fast food, that clip just really hits you in the heart. Like, oh, it's so great.
Where did you work, Tommy?
I worked at McDonald's and Dairy
McDonald's?
Queen.
And
Yeah,
Dairy-
my first job was at Dairy Queen.
Yeah, and were you and Pookie ready at a couple times?
It was suboptimal. Let's see, it wouldn't have been a career choice.
Awesome.
My first job was working for my uncle, the slumlord.
Okay.
Oh,
I thought your first job was serving in the army.
No,
Yeah,
that's
Civil-
way.
Civil
I started
War.
working when I was 8, man. I'm telling you, I had to pay for these classes. That's no
Wow.
joke. But my first job, like real job like that, was at a Sizzler in the mall. So Sizzler Steakhouse, man.
Steakhouse. I just got pizza and chicken at the Sizzler.
Did you?
Okay.
I wonder if that the uniform they were wearing in that clip was like what Half Baked it was inspired for. Like, you know, that scene where he goes,
fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You're cool, and fuck you, I'm out.
He was talking to Pookie School. Scientists have pinpointed when the sun will explode and kill us all. And Will, according to your last eye exam, you definitely don't
I
have
don't have
anything
to
to worry
worry. Yeah. What about you? Are you going to still be around?
No, it's 1 billion years.
I don't think any of us have to worry.
We'll be long gone.
only 1 billion? I thought it was like closer to 5.
Nope, 1 billion. They said, well, it'll expand enough to fuck us up.
That's Canadian math. You're thinking
Yeah, that's
of.
Canadian.
Kilometers.
Kilometers. You
How
thinking?
many degrees Celsius is that?
No one knows.
All right, gastrointestinal cancer is on the rise in young adults, and doctors don't know why. And if you listen to the last episode, we figured it out. Stop eating the ass.
There you go.
No,
As-
I think that gives you hepatitis.
Oh,
Gold jacket, green jacket.
Gives
Who
me-
gives a shit?
pink eye. All right, and
You had that answer way too quick, Will.
And finally, Mao, M&Ms are looking to be more inclusive by taking the seductive boots off the green M&M and putting on sneakers.
Kink shaming.
Of course, we have to wait for the woman to change her outfit. Jesus Christ, even a cartoon woman can't make up her mind. Molly, do you want to start the show?
I mean, I don't know.
Wait, why not?
Me and Pookie are burning this motherfucker down.
Why don't you just leave her shoes off, man?
Barefoot M&M.
Give her
Barefoot M&M.
toes. All right.
All right, welcome back. Universe Off the Rails podcast. We're here in the studio and we got our friend, our favorite nerd comedian, Nathan Clemens. Woo! She's an alumni of IndyProv and Lady Laughs Comedy School and was awarded Best Newcomer at Lady Laughs Comedy. Erin Lok! Woo!
Yeah.
All right. And coming in wearing the same shirt as me. Yes, we are rocking it. Damn. You know, if I turn sideways, you can't even tell us apart. The Vice President of the World Series of Comedy, Jason Rowland. Woo!
They're saying Lou.
Excellent. But Molly, what do we like to do first?
The hot seat.
It's the hot seat!
Woo!
Wow, yeah! Hot seat! Off the rails!
All right, Jason. First question's for you. This is Black Friday in Canada, and I need to know if this is what it's really like in Canada.
No.
Polite? Yeah.
Black Friday.
Make it bigger.
First, high five.
That's not real.
That's not real.
That's absolutely real.
Oh.
Is that how
We
it
also
goes?
used to, the big shopping day before we kind of co-opted Black Friday, because our Thanksgiving is nowhere near your Thanksgiving. Used to be Boxing Day. That was the big day of the year to save money on large items. And same thing. You just line up outside and then slowly make your way in. And like if the $100 or $199 Alpine car stereo was sold out, you're just like, yeah, all right.
You don't. That's not how it goes in America.
I mean, you gotta hang on to your kids; they're gonna get trampled. You know.
Why are people
people
doing that
die.
now with everyone
It's
shopping
crazy.
online, though? I mean, seriously, do you have to be there in person?
A lot of that has changed. A lot of the stuff
Yeah.
has gone online. That's the internet's.
I mean,
I-
no,
I have never once gone out for a Black Friday.
That's because it's
No,
in deer
I
season.
won't do
I'm
it.
usually working.
I'm not
For
gonna
the
get up at 3 a.m. to go sit in
Yeah.
a cold parking lot to fight for people over a TV. Like,
Right.
I
If
used
I
to
had lived
do,
in if I
Boxing
had
Day.
lived out in the South, like, you know, where it's fucking 70 degrees out, like might have considered it, but yeah, not
Right.
up in New York or Wisconsin, like where the ponds are already frozen. No thanks.
nothing's worth that for me. Like, I'll just sit at home and do the Amazon. You know.
Yeah, point
Like,
and
what is
click.
it, like that Monday
Cyber
Cyber
Monday.
Monday.
Monday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, how much of this is just driven by like shitty parents wanting to please their needy kids?
Been a shitty parent all year. I'm gonna get that Turbo Man down.
Oh my god.
That's a great movie.
That's a classic Christmas
Turbo
movie about people
time.
choking each other
Well,
over
they
a
are
toy.
shitty parents if they've already told their kids there's no Santa Claus and they have to go to the store.
Wait a
Come
minute.
on.
Hold on.
Come on.
You're a shitty parent for being honest?
No, I don't. Hey, you know I
Wait,
got a bit about
William,
it.
there's no Santa Claus?
Oh, shit.
Oh no.
There needs to be an age though. Like, Will, when did you tell your kids there's no Santa Claus? Or they just figured it out?
They figured it out pretty quick. They were pretty smart. They figured it out. And
Well, you were the one hiding presents. It's not
No,
like
but-
you're fucking James Bond hiding them. Mission Impossible.
Well, this is the thing too. Like they would go to their moms, and I put them on the flight, and they'd go to their moms, and they'd get presents there. And then when they would come back, Santa Claus would have visited because I'd always let them. Because they lived with me, I'd let them go spend Christmas with their mom. So
Okay.
it was just kind of like they figured it out pretty quick.
I can see Will doing that. Like, they only left me 2 fucking cookies.
No, but I got a bit about that I told my 3-year-old granddaughter there was no Santa Claus.
Oh, I remember that bit.
And my son said, "Why would you tell her that?" I'm like, "Because I love her, because it's the truth. Why have you been lying to her and sticking her on the lap of some fat stranger? What the fuck is wrong with you?"
I believe was a pretty smart kid, but I believed for a pretty long time that Santa Claus was real, and especially the Easter Bunny. That dude I thought was real for 100%.
Really?
I believe Santa was real for a long time because I was in Perkins. I was like at that age where I didn't know if it was real. And a couple sitting next to me were professional Mrs. Claus and Mr. Claus, but it was like July. And I
Did
went
they
over
have the cheer card?
and
Your
they,
professionals?
he gave me a Santa Claus card and he took a picture. He said, him and Mrs. Claus are vacationing in Milwaukee. And that just set me up for like 3 more
He had the
years.
full beard
Oh
he did in
man.
Yeah.
July. Yeah.
I'm like,
Have you
"Oh,
guys
That has
ever
John Wayne Gacy vibes to it, dude.
Yeah.
He had a full beard. Tom had a full beard when he found out.
Our family are a bunch of pranksters, and my parents like went very elaborate on Easter Bunny. Like would write letters from him and like leave me. It was almost like an escape room for a 4-year-old trying to find chocolate eggs.
My mom would leave little like jelly bellies on the floor, like in a trail, like they were like.
Your mom is too much. I was like 30 years old, go over to her house for Easter dinner, and they're like, "Well, go find your basket." I'm like,
She's
"Where?
like,
What do you mean?
That's fantastic.
You don't have to be a kid to enjoy Easter
You
baskets.
hid an Easter
you don't
basket for
have
me?"
to believe in the Easter bunny to like having a basket full of candy.
Okay, and then I like throw it in her face, like, "I bet it's in your top dresser drawer. Let me look there. You want me to look there? How deep do you want me to look?"
Wait, her parents told you for Christmas to get a stocking,
Mhm.
and do you have the picture of the
No,
stocking?
I don't have it up.
It's the size of a man.
Oh.
Fill that thing up.
I stitched it by hand.
They filled it with old Beanie Babies.
And cool.
Oh.
And
I still
19
have all my
versions
old
of
Beanie
Biggies wearing.
Babies.
All right, if you took your current body right now and turned it into a D&D character sheet, okay, Nate, you got that, everybody? And what 2 stats are you going to choose to re-roll? So something
Is
you
this
don't like
new?
about yourself, you got to give it a 1 out of 10, and then you get to re-roll it.
Dude, I'm like, I'm not a D&D nerd,
Okay.
but I think I know what you're talking about here.
Okay.
I legitimately, probably once a month, have dreams about having hair again.
So
So
you're
that's-
going to re-roll your hair. What would you give your hair right now out of 10?
For what I'm working with genetically, I'm probably maxing my capability. But it might be a 3 out of 3, but 3 might be the top
Okay,
of the
let's
scale.
re-roll it. Let's re-roll your hair. I got a D10 right here.
Would you have it like a
A 7. You got a 7.
Ooh.
You're going to
Okay.
keep that or re-roll? You get a saving throw.
What's that? Is the highest 20 or 10?
10. I'm using a D10.
Ooh, math says I should stick with the 7.
I'd stick with the 7.
Yeah.
I have
Very
no idea
nice.
what kind of nerd shit you're
What
doing right
would
now.
you rate your eyesight, Will?
Oh,
You can re-roll it.
well, I would say 3 in one eye and a 5 in the other.
So we'll average it a 4. You can spread the points out how you
roll
want.
my face, the whole thing. Face.
Okay, you got to give me a score on your face. What'd you write down on your sheet?
7.
You're going to re-roll a 7?
I want to get a 7.
Oh, well, what do
What
you
do you
have
have
right
now?
now?
Oh, right. Oh, my face?
Yeah.
A 3.
A 3? Okay, let's see what you got. A 6. You get a saving throw. You can roll it again.
Roll it again.
You're stuck with a 1.
No.
You're even uglier. Sorry, man.
Oh,
Make
no.
me uglier than I really am.
The great thing
Oh.
about this is Tom went on Amazon and bought these D&D dice for this
Just
bit.
For this bit.
He didn't have them before. Now he does for this.
All right,
got any
Erin, I want to
nerds in your
know. I want to
family?
know what you want to re-roll.
I want to re-roll the like outer toes.
Your feet. Your feet.
I played soccer growing up my entire life, and like being in those like in the cleats like all the time, like they're all scrunched in there, so like they're not
you're
the
not a
cutest, and
sandals
I can't make money off of them. So yeah,
So
let's
the
re-roll the toes.
Let's have a look.
Yeah.
thumb toe
Hey,
and
it's not an OnlyFans for you.
Got a big audience here. We can get.
No, the thumb
No,
toes are all right. They're a little their thumb
Okay,
toes
so
are
what
all
would
right.
you rank your
Hey,
feet?
Molly's been offered a lot of money for those talents.
Yeah.
I'd rank my feet a 3.
Okay, we're re-rolling. That would be a 9.
Fuck yeah, stick with 9.
Stick with 9.
9 feet.
I'm opening up my OnlyFans page. You
I was
guys
just gonna say,
make so much money.
if you got 9s for feet, are you selling foot pictures?
She's gonna
Oh,
wake
yeah.
up with 9 toes.
She's
just
gonna
for
throw
9.
all her shoes away and
Although,
just keep sandals
Some
now.
people probably pay more for the messed up feet. Just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
but that's like a
Oh.
niche thing. No, you want to get all the
Well,
money.
like, have you ever seen the pictures of the foot binding? Is that how it looks? Kind of.
But you're in soccer, you really got to tie them tight. And if you got wanky
do.
outside toes,
My-
Yours messed up.
no, I have really wide feet to
Fred
begin with.
Flintstone
Yeah.
feet.
My grandma wore pointy heels all her life,
Mm,
and her toes were like
They're
one
like
or the other. They were like
yeah.
this.
Oh, she'd have to
Mine
re-
aren't quite like that, but they are like like they are kind of like the two outer ones on both sides are kind of like just curled in a little bit.
It
What's,
terrified me. I was like, I'm never wearing those shoes ever.
How many toenails have you lost there?
One of them is kind of weird. Like one of my pinky toes is kind of weird because I slept. It's a longer story. On the Great Wall of China, while like outside and like snuck on the forbidden part and like almost went to Chinese jail. Yeah. But it was like November, and we used comforters to roll in to like stay warm, and I got frostbite on one of my pinky toes. But it's okay. It's like I kept my toe. But yeah, so like the toenails like never been the same.
And have you ever lost a toenail from soccer?
What'd you say?
Have you lost a toenail from soccer?
Oh, no.
No.
Oh, really?
You'd really have to get stomped.
Oh, no,
I did break a foot. I did break my left foot playing soccer because someone like I was running. They stepped and I kept moving, and it was like.
Erin, I want to ask you, like, how did you have your shoes on when you were rolled up?
Yeah.
You should. Yes, you're supposed to take all that stuff off. Your shoes, your socks, everything. And you wouldn't get frostbite. I was in the Army, and we had people that would get frostbite because they would keep the extreme cold weather boots on. Their feet would sweat, and then they would end up with frostbite. You put everything in the bag with you, and it just stays warm with your body. And then in the morning, you just put it on.
Oh, well, our feet were out. Like, it was like, imagine like two people laying in a comforter and then like rolling into each other. So like our feet weren't covered.
Okay. You laid head to toe and put your feet in each other's mouth.
Oh,
you saved your feet.
Oh, yeah,
I'll call him and I'll tell him that he really fucked us up there.
You stuck your toes in his mouth.
I can only get 4 in that wanky one on the side.
That way, yeah.
It's giving me Joker scars. You want to know how I got these scars? Put Aaron's foot in my mouth.
Aaron's crazy toe got frostbite.
That was 2008.
Okay.
That was 2008 during my study abroad.
I think it's interesting that everyone chose to re-roll physical attributes.
Yeah.
Because I would choose like my just klutziness.
Clumsiness?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought she was going to say nasty.
Okay.
Attitude.
Okay. Rate your, that's like physical
agility.
Yeah. Agility.
Yeah.
What's your rating your agility? Roll it. Magic dice here.
2.
Okay. That's another 9.
Yes.
Wow.
You're getting into the Olympics.
Yeah, it's right now.
Wow.
Nate, did you do this yet?
Nate, what do you want to re-roll?
You want to re-roll? Oh, you said your testosterone level.
Yeah, man, I'm tired.
So you got low T.
Getting mid-30s, getting that low T. I don't know, but then Molly brought up like probably my patience.
Patience?
Like
What's
I just
your
want
patience?
to punch a child half the time, man.
Sure.
Like, get out of the Lego aisle. The adults
Everyone
are
does.
here.
You just have to keep it at bay.
I don't know, like my patience, like a 3.
It's a 4.
I'll take it.
You take it?
Anything helps.
I wish I had a better
It's like one
metabolism.
session of therapy. It's a 4 now.
I probably have a 3 on metabolism. I would like to be able to eat like Jason, anything I want all the time. But you're on the keto, but I just want to eat everything. And I know like some of my wrestler friends just can eat and eat and eat.
Oh yeah, because you're burning all those calories constantly.
So I'm on a 3 and I'm going to a 4. I'm going to re-roll again. A 6. That's better. There we go.
There you go.
That was worth the Amazon price, right? Now I got the.
You know what? Well,
Yeah.
we could use that for other things too, where we could roll for. So I think it's a good purchase.
Keep her right there. All right.
Keep her there.
Would you clone any of the pets you ever had? I got a little story that they are now influencers have found out about this, and they're before the pet even dies, they're cloning.
Oh my gosh! Like you're making the replacement before they're.
Yeah, it's like train your replacement because the 2-week notice is in.
If you clone them, doesn't clone their personality though.
And they have profile fame also.
Or their
So when
life
your pet
experiences.
dies, your Instagram photos become useless.
Interesting.
I don't know.
You don't know?
I mean, like, you know, you have that dog, you live with it, you love it, and when his time is over, you move on.
Well, it's not going to be the same dog.
Yeah,
it'll have
I
the
think
same disposition, but
genetically.
it won't have the same
But
like
that's what you love
experiences,
about
same-
the
won't-
dog.
won't
It'll
have
have
his
the same D&D
personality.
character sheet.
Oh, shit. Roll with its little paws.
Are they naming it the same name?
Yep,
Oof,
keeping the
that's
whole
weird.
profile and everything. Because some, like they had Disco the parakeet was huge. You can't really replace the parakeet like that.
Well, you'd have to still reteach it how to
talk.
and sing and.
Oh, Tom, condolences on the loss.
Oh, thanks, man. That was rough.
Oh, I'm sorry.
My little buddy.
Yeah.
I think the Queen is already doing this.
Yeah. See, Joe says the personality would be different. I mean,
Yeah,
it would have the same. It wouldn't be the same animal.
Yeah,
I
like the
would be
Queen has had
curious.
like 47 corgis or something.
Oh my gosh.
She just keeps
Are they
replacing the same
clones?
style of dog with the same style of dog.
Yeah,
Are they clones?
No.
they might be.
Wow. Yeah. They might be.
She's the queen.
Yeah,
she can
she's also 114 years old.
No, you're not
'Cause
going to do it?
I think no, because like original Jungle Book, great. Remake, decent. Like original
Okay.
Cinderella, great. Remake, meh. Like not every remake's gonna hit.
No.
Would you?
That's true. And then you're just like stuck with this like shitty
Like upgrade.
Jumanji 2 for like the rest of your life.
If I
Yeah.
cloned Will, I would just get a baby Will, and I'm not going to deal with that.
No.
Oh,
Has the
I
same
was so
face.
adorable. I was so cute. You
Hey,
wouldn't believe it.
Shove this back in a tep tube and re-roll that face.
We go to hell pretty early, but I was adorable, man.
Yeah, I've
Is
heard
there
how you.
a option
No,
in
thank
this quiz to declone influencers? Is that I'd vote for that. Unclone them.
Yeah.
Popular.
Well, I think I would try it on one dog to see how it went.
I would
Just a
name it
dog.
the same thing.
Just a dog or a bird. Like Norris, I'd clone Norris. Or maybe
It's
Gronk.
also kind of like, aren't there billions of animals out there that need to be adopted and rescued? Like, why are you making another one?
That's true.
Yeah, but like, yeah,
But if you
it's
get that
not gonna
perfect
be
pet,
Yeah.
the
Is that how
one
people feel about orphanages though?
Yeah, but that
As
orphan
someone who's
dog
had-
doesn't have
someone-
100,000 likes on Instagram.
dog
someone
that
who's
somebody's
half
already
adopted, yes.
broken, and you're gonna try to fix it?
Yeah, but I mean, this pet you're trying to clone was an OG pet at some point.
Yeah.
So why not try the experience of
This
going
is
through
how
another
Pet Sematary
OG experience?
essentially happened.
Joe's
Yep.
saying what I was saying. First one would grow up with different experiences, was result in different personalities.
But it's
It feels like the Nazi doctors have already done this, trying to figure out the
Oh, I
difference
guarantee
between
that.
nature and nurture.
When I was a boy, I had a dog. His name was Trojan. No joke. Because the high school football team was the Trojans. It had nothing to do with rubbers. But he would
Or the Trojan
grin.
horse.
He would grin at you all the time where you think if people didn't know the dog, they would think he was about to bite him, but he just had a nervous thing about him where he would grin. I miss that grin on that dog. I would love to see that again.
Oh.
He was the
Yeah,
best.
our dog growing up, Shannon, she was a golden retriever, German Shepherd mix, beautiful, like super well-tempered dog, like would walk with my parents without a leash. And like there's this like famous story and everyone just goes, my family goes, oh, Shannon was the best dog. And my dad would play pitch softball. My mom would sit in the stands and Shannon on the ground, kind of right where my mom was. And Shannon saw a squirrel and Shannon took off. And my mom just stood up and went, Shannon. Like just didn't yell, was like Shannon. And Shannon stopped in her tracks, walked back and sat down. And everyone was like, what the hell is that?
It's a good
What
dog.
a good girl.
Wow.
She was
Disappointed
the
dogs-
best.
I'm not angry with you. I'm just disappointed.
See, I just think that you would be pushing, you would want it to be the same animal, and it's not.
Oh yeah.
Then you'd be disappointed.
Right.
All the money that you spent.
Yeah.
Also, isn't this the plot to like Johnny Mnemonic or something?
I never saw that one.
97 Keanu Reeves movie where it was like all of the world's intelligence was held in a dolphin.
Oh,
I've
never seen that.
I think that's pretty close to the plot.
Yeah.
I haven't
So-
seen it since I was like, that came out when I was like 4.
What's it called?
Johnny
Johnny
Mnemonic?
I
Mnemonic.
remember
It's
hearing the
Nickelodeon. What
name
am I
of it.
thinking?
Okay.
No, I remember hearing the
Might
name
have to
of
go
the
watch
movie.
that now.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
it's horrible, but it's fun to watch.
All right. Is there anything when you were in school that a teacher confiscated that you would want back? And this comes with a story because here's a Japanese man and his girlfriend broke into a school 40 years later to recover, and they didn't tell us what he was going for, something that the teacher took in middle school. They're
Wow.
thinking it's an old school Game Boy or something.
Ah, yeah.
Wait, A, the teacher still had it, and B, why wouldn't this article say what they were going after? Come
I know.
on.
It gave me blue balls. That's why I'm asking you guys.
Oh, so you're gonna put it on us, the blue balls?
Yeah, anything a teacher confiscate that you never get back,
I
or that
don't
you
remember
want?
a teacher confiscating anything from me.
Okay.
Yeah, me
Most of my
either.
stuff filtered back to me because both my parents were teachers and we were often at the same school. So if I got in trouble, well, one, it was not a good idea to get in trouble at school because then you also got in trouble at home.
Yeah.
But if I ever did get in trouble at school or something was taken away, I would eventually get it back. So I think I don't have anything that would fall into this category, but you should ask Kevin Eggleston if you ever have him on about a
Okay.
student that wants something back.
Yeah, he's a teacher. He might have an interest in this.
Like his biggest joke is about something that was confiscated at
Oh,
school.
yeah. You're right. You're right.
I don't think I've ever gotten anything confiscated that I didn't get back. Like that it was so bad that I didn't get back at the end of the
I got
class
everything
period.
back. Isn't that like stealing?
Yeah, normally they give it back to you at the end of the class.
Unless it's like a weapon, maybe.
Well,
Well, then
yeah,
you give
or-
it to the
Right,
kid's
but like,
parents.
right, exactly.
Or if
But
it's a
like-
repeat offense, you keep bringing it back or something.
Yeah, I think for me, like, I don't think I had anything taken away, but I did leave like 40 jackets around the school, and like
Here, Joe's
they
got-
were all in Lost and Found, every single one of them. My mom was like, "You gonna bring your jackets home?" I was like, "Oh, I don't have them anymore. Sorry,
Joe,
they're
you
gone.
did
They're
that,
gone
didn't you?
forever."
Joe.
I was kind of
You
at
gotta
the-
make sure all the chicks in there are 18 and over, Joe. Otherwise, you really don't want to be in possession of
Oh
that.
yeah.
Right?
Let me just get my evidence for my own trial.
Yeah.
I was sort of at the forefront of like handheld electronic games.
Yeah.
So sometimes those were taken away for the day. I had like a old school like Activision hockey one where you could only like pass to one guy, then to one guy, and then you
I
shot.
remember that. Yeah.
Like it ran on like 5D batteries and lasted for about 17 minutes.
Lasted a half hour if you're lucky.
See, I played my games on my graphing calculator. That way they had to
Nerd.
Yes.
I didn't
They could
have
take it away, but
handheld
they had to
games
give it
in my school. We didn't have them back
They
then.
didn't take the stick and the circular stick that you were hitting it
Cup
with.
with the ball. We didn't have
Yeah,
that.
Will's got a slide rule out there somewhere that he wants to get back.
I had a graphing calculator. I had an abacus.
I got hit when I was in like,
Oh, they didn't
early
take shit. They
primary-
just hit you.
oh, it would crack me on the knuckles with the ruler.
Rulers.
They
Yeah.
must hit you in the face. Then maybe that's where it came from.
Ah,
It was
That's
Your
like-
clone would
Fire
be.
3.
I was adorable.
Beautiful.
I said it before. I'll say it. I was adorable.
I
But
mean, you
you
can't
go
keep
after
telling us
school
that
or
and
before?
not bring a picture up. We need a picture of this cute.
Yeah, but back in those days, you had to hold still for like an hour. There was no smiling pictures. You can't really tell his adorability.
I wasn't in the Wild West, man. Those death pictures, man.
Yeah,
it's worth a lot of money.
Miles away, and 10 people showed up from all the towns.
They just had portraits. That's it.
Yeah, Rembrandt painted it, so it's worth a lot of money right now.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the problem, Joe. He's saying he wouldn't want it now
I'm
because
gonna
the internet.
find one and I'm gonna send it to you, Molly.
All right, I'm
We
gonna
didn't have
do
the internet back
one
then.
more. This is a new space-saving technique that they're doing in condos now. How do you feel about the shower in the kitchen?
What?
Huh?
Right,
All
like
this
that.
reminds me of that show, The League, where he had like a toilet in his kitchen. Like that's the only thing I can imagine. I'm a hard pass for this. This
Reminds me
is
of Kramer.
this is a hard no for me.
Who put the
Yeah.
garbage disposal in
How-
the shower?
Are you living solo? Because if it's just you, why not?
Well,
I think
you-
Kramer put the garbage disposal in the shower from Seinfeld.
Or like an overnight place. Like if this is like in Japan and it's one of the
Oh,
residences
sure.
next to the airport, yeah, I'm in for that.
That's
hotel.
different though.
they
Like
drink
you
in the
can't
shower.
entertain. Like you can't entertain. Be like, all right, I gotta go freshen up. You guys enjoy yourself.
I
Just
mean,
like,
it kind of depends on what you're
Yeah, someone's
entertaining.
making hummus and you're just
oh,
naked.
that's true. That is true. It does depend on who you're
But-
entertaining.
I mean, you could sit there and watch the pot of pasta that you have, on the, while you're taking your shower, so it doesn't
That's
boil
true.
over.
And I've been told women find it attractive when men cook, and I feel sexiest in the shower because I look like a coloring book. So I'll get out, shower, set up.
I got a
Cook.
warning for you. I found this out the hard way. Did you know that girls have a special vagina rag? Did you know that?
Is this a tampon joke?
No.
Oh, okay.
This is
Oh.
Aaron. Back me up.
Wait.
What?
She's got a look on her face and she's not backing you up.
What are you saying? You figured this out?
My mother.
Oh my god!
Oh no!
I really liked the soft with your hand in it rag thing that was in the shower. I didn't know that's a special pussy scrubber.
You didn't smell it first?
What?
He did.
I think
ask her.
that's just a your mom thing.
He did.
I
let
think
her-
that was probably just like something she used all over her body. And then yes, when you clean yourself, you also
Right.
you also clean down there, but just
She doesn't want to use.
I do not have a
cream
special
for her face.
pussy towel.
No.
No,
No.
I think
I had a
it's
girlfriend who had one too.
if you use my loofah or whatever,
You just loofah it?
is.
Isn't that rough down there? You're gonna get callous.
Oh my goodness, this is very
Plus,
personal.
how are you ever going to get a woman to admit that too on like something that's going to be
Well,
broadcast?
if it's normal and every woman has one, why don't you
How
just
about just
admit?
buy your own?
I don't.
No, we have to have
one.
Barb
No.
on to
I don't
talk
have a
about
specific-
this. I'm scheduling Barb. We have to have her on.
Yep.
Because maybe people from her generation did that.
When I was in high school, I was dating a girl and we were taking a shower and she had a special. It's like an oven mitt thing. It's super soft on both sides and it's for the sniz.
Look,
Was
if-
it the
Honestly,
hamburger helper
maybe
mitt?
maybe I just don't. Maybe there's just this technology out there that I'm unaware of that's
I
fucking
think we should
amazing.
start
Maybe
marketing
my
this.
vagina has been missing out for decades,
You're just
Oh,
not using the right search terms on Amazon.
right?
some off the rails. Whatever
Merch?
we're gonna call
Oh
it.
my god, merch? Are you kidding?
Muffin myths.
Yeah.
Muff myth. I don't know.
Muff-
We've got a
Here we go.
we've got a Dr. Perv is back, and also a comment about know what I like dudes telling women about their menstruation.
Thank you for mansplaining vagina cleaning.
Yeah,
We just
right.
discovered that some people have a vagina towel and we have many questions. No, this is like
That's
a rag.
just a.
Hold
It's
on.
That's a
just a
face
little
cloth.
Here, we can
towel.
go on Etsy. There's
Oh,
I
my
mean, I'm
goodness.
sure that there
rag
are.
towels.
That's right.
Oh my
goodness.
It's
Oh,
not like that.
that's
I'm
just
trying
a
to
towel
find
Everything on
with
Etsy.
on it.
Those are just
vag.
Nathan,
vag
Novelty.
rag.
This is what a vagina looks like.
Yeah, I'm going to church after this.
those are just novelties.
These
I'm
are
going
rags.
online after this.
Vagina,
right?
hand, and bath towels.
I'm gonna freak my husband
I'm
out.
telling
Like he's
you.
gonna go in the
Hey,
shower
hey,
tomorrow, and there's gonna be like 7 of
No,
these.
these are
Right?
super soft.
I like that one that has
Longer-
like
longer
Shaped like a mitt.
with fibers.
the one that
I
looks
wanna
like
know
the
the one
Adventure
you're
on
talking
T-shirts.
about.
It's like a pocket.
I don't
No,
want some
vagina?
knockoff
No,
vag. Like
yeah,
vaginal
yeah,
towel.
that's the nature's pocket.
I want the OG. I want the OG soft one you're talking about.
Yes.
We'll ask Tom's mom, and we'll get
Find
the
out.
link.
We'll have to have Barb on to
Yeah.
talk about this. This is gonna be great.
It's not a sex towel. It's a vagina, hand, and bath towels here that you can buy.
But
It
there's-
as an ad.
So do they use something different instead of regular soap? You know, because that might be kind of like you said, some kind of like
Mess up your pH
vinegar
balance.
and water kind of
Vinegar.
thing.
This could also just be a grammar issue. Like all of those towels that you just showed,
Yeah.
just simply have the word vagina on it. So maybe it's a towel that has the word vagina on it. It's a vagina towel.
That's what I thought. Like novelties.
Oh,
Well,
Or-
no, we could make some, man. This might be the start of
super
something
soft.
big,
Hey, we're in an art school.
right?
Those old ladies next door that with the weaving machines,
Yep.
the weavers, there's
There
like
you
3 of
go.
them.
You can
And
have them
they're
weave
they're
them up.
locked into like $10 rent a month here.
Oh, it's
So they
great.
want those weavers out. So if we start knocking on the door asking them to make us vagina towels, maybe we can kick them out and get
Oh,
more money
man,
in
we
here
put
with
'em on our
somebody else.
website.
This has a real muffin top Seinfeld episode feel to it, where you guys are going to lose so much money.
Top of the muffin to you.
It's a typo. They're all towels dedicated to the great state of Virginia.
Dennis. Hi, Dennis.
All
Oh.
those Appalachian schools and spelling.
Yeah.
Everybody, check out the Big Laugh Comedy Network. We're on that. Check out Twisted Dreams Film Festival. We are what's our titles, Mal?
Co-producers.
Co-producers of the Twisted Dreams Film Festival, October 14th to the 16th. We already got Lloyd Kaufman coming into town. We're gonna have
The
another
great Lloyd Kaufman.
Mr. Trauma himself, and he is bringing the Toxic Avenger costume, and we can have somebody wear it.
Wow.
Studio quality, not no bullshit. This is from the movie.
Nathan.
No, I can't. Oh,
You
I'm claustrophobic, man. Ugh. I hate wearing shirts.
But the Toxic Avenger,
Dude, I couldn't put that on, man.
really?
Yeah.
We'll get somebody.
We'll get somebody.
What's Coben doing?
Cool.
Yeah.
Pop Culture Podcast every Thursday at 7. We just had David Black from Australia on. We talked pain,
Yeah.
self-mutilation, and stuff like that. It was really cool. So
It got real deep, though. It was
It was awesome. Yeah.
It was interesting.
And check out Movies with Mark, our buddy Mark Metcalf. We do Movies with Mark every other.
Stephanie says, "What did I
every
walk
other
into?"
Wednesday.
I mean,
Just tell us about your vagina rag. Your soft.
Do you have
It's
a
softer than a rag.
Vaginal
Cleansing
towel?
hand.
we're moving on to the next thing.
Okay, well,
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
Stephanie will be on the
call,
show
Molly.
February 9th with Joe Lowers. Maybe we can get into it then.
I mean, maybe.
Well, the
Now we
only
figured
plus side is we're not talking endlessly about dicks.
Right. Stop it.
That
Now
is
they're
that is
going
new.
to.
Oh, speaking of dicks.
Oh, speaking of dick, Nathan. I call your name again.
Look what
Like,
you've done. Look
Stop
what you've
that
done.
Sorry, man. All right, we got Nathan and Erin here because they are going to be applying for the World Series of Comedy, correct?
They have applied.
Yes.
You have applied?
Yes.
Yep.
And then we have Jason to tell us a little bit more about what it's like for a first year, what to expect, what goes on there, and what you get from it. So
Your registration for the World Series of Comedy is actually for the main event, which happens in September. We're negotiating right now with a club in Vegas to host it there. And then, sorry, what's that?
In Vegas again this year?
Yeah, that's our hope and our plan. So we quite literally just 2 days ago spoke with a club that asked us last year if they can do it, but they're going through all of comedy is going through some transitions right now. So
Yeah.
once that is lined up, we'll announce that. But in general, if you register for the festival, it's for the main event. In addition to that, we offer the opportunity for exposure at various preliminary round events that we call satellites, live satellites, 12 different cities around the country. So if anyone goes to our website, theworldseriesofcomedy.com, we have all of the dates and locations listed. And then what comedians do is they submit a video for our video judges to review, rank, and score. And then those get listed out, and then the top 40 from those videos get invited to any of the preliminary round events that they've opted into.
do you have any
Right
good
now-
tips for the videos? What you're looking for? Yeah.
For sure. Like, start with prepared material right away. Like, you can edit or time code your video with a timestamp on YouTube to start when you start, as opposed to the MC introducing you. Like, that's all just dead air. We commit to watching 5 minutes. So the best thing for you as a comedian to do is to submit a 5-minute video where all of it is prepared content and your material. So we can get a sense of you as a comedian, your style, your writing ability, your performance ability. I would suggest to avoid submitting any video that includes crowd work, because it might give a sense of how you may act on that day, but those variables can't be recreated in the future. It's sort of like a lightning in the bottle moment. But if you focus on your prepared material, then we get a sense of who you are as a comedian. In terms of like content, we don't filter anything, but just keep in mind that you'd be entering a contest that would give you the opportunity to work as a feature at 50 clubs around the country. So as a feature, you don't need to be crystal clear, no dirty jokes, but you don't need to be super, super raunchy, because then it's more difficult for the headliner to follow you. So we suggest just practice your best material, create like a specific showcase set, practice it a number of times, film it very well, like make sure that you're in focus, in frame, zoomed in with good audio, good lighting, because the technical aspect of your video is probably far more important than most comedians think. And then the second thing is you want it to be your best material, not just a 5-minute chunk from a 25-minute set. It should be you sitting down and writing out, what are my 20 best jokes? What's a way that I can tell those 20 jokes in one sort of narrative overarching set? And one of the things that has really developed in comedy in the last 5 or 10 years is comedians coming out and kind of creating a bit of a defining statement off the top, whether through a joke or just through a statement that they make, that kind of foreshadows to the audience what they're about to see for the next 5 or 7 minutes, or 12 minutes, or 25, or whatever. And so if there's a way that in your first 30 seconds you get one of your best jokes and also something that kind of defines who you are as a performer, and as a person, then that'll capture the audience's attention and our judges' attention more and probably lead to higher scores.
So what if I come in there and I'm like, hey, I got this good bit on airplane food.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, try to avoid common premises. Talk as much as you can about your own personal life and have connections to the material through your own stories in your life. There are still comedians out there that are one-liner comics or comedians that just do pure observational humor. But anytime that you can kind of connect the stories to yourself, Will does a great job of that, then it increases the engagement with the audience, makes people pay more attention, and also would encourage a viewer, and by viewer I mean a club booker or manager or contest judge, to watch more of it. So we do commit to watching the full 5 minutes, but not all contests do, and certainly not all bookers. And so we kind of treat the submission video to our festival as kind of like what you would be submitting to a club if you wanted to get paid work with them. And we also offer feedback. If you email us, we'll send you notes on your video from the judges that watch them with some specific and constructive feedback on how you could improve just how you're portraying yourself. It's very rarely about the actual content of the jokes. It's more about trying to avoid this type of situation, work on this. You've talked a lot about your life, focus more on that, or don't jump from topic to topic. Try and find a kind of like a continuative narrative that you can talk about. So this is really interesting. Like I've watched close to 1,000 videos a year. Over the last decade, I've probably watched 7,000 to 10,000 videos and 5,000 to 10,000 live performances. So you kind of build this internal gauge of like, oh, this person's at this stage of their career and they'd be really suitable to the festival, and this person might need a little bit more stage time to work on different areas of level of comfort, that kind of thing.
I have a question about your submission. So say you submit and then somewhere down the line within that same year, you get a better tape with better material. Can you resubmit?
Our current policy does allow for that, but just because of the volume of videos that our judges have to watch, if you do qualify and get into and perform at a live satellite, then the video that got you to that stage gets locked in for the rest of the year. So, but it's almost like, I mean, if 700 people have applied and you get into one of the top 40 somewhere, that video is clearly strong enough to get you at least to the main event or into like our live satellites.
Okay. I have another question regarding the video portion of it. So you said if you have one to get locked in, see, that's something I didn't know. That best performance will now be your video. Each satellite, do they reevaluate the videos, or how does that work out? Does someone from those clubs also have any input on that?
No, the selection for the top 40 is all based on World Series of Comedy judges that have watched everybody's video. That way we have the exact same point of view for everybody across the entire spectrum of who's registered for the year, and we wouldn't get regional bias. The clubs do have the opportunity from time to time to have a special selection for people to perform directly that would supersede into the top 40. We've rolled back from that during COVID. We used to allow 4 selections for each club for them to have like a local performer. And a lot of that was from the business point of view. So maybe someone in, let's just choose a town, like Austin, Texas, can probably drive people to come in and watch a Wednesday show when they normally don't even operate on Wednesday. Then they'd be like, oh, let's give Sarah or John or whomever a chance in this contest. But they would be judged just like anyone else would be. We've literally had club owners come to us and go, it'd be really great if so-and-so moved on. It's like, well, if they deserve to move on, they will. And if not, they won't. Right. And so during the live performances, we do have live input on the performances from a representative of the club. But then that's one of the things that's really beneficial for the performing comedians, because then they know that a representative of the club has watched them perform live. And our satellites kind of work as a default showcase to end up working at that club. So even if you don't win that week's contest at House of Comedy in Minnesota, you could still potentially get some work just by talking to the manager. Go, did you see me on Thursday night? What do you think? I'd love to come back and showcase or work for you. So we've had a lot of comedians walk away from our satellites with paid work who didn't end up in the top 5 or top 6.
Right.
I got paid work from it.
Yeah,
I got
awesome.
a gig at Brad Garrett's Comedy Club.
Oh, wicked.
Yeah,
from Sydney?
first year.
That's
The
amazing.
first year.
No, you
Wicked.
got to tip through the glory hole.
Oh,
It's
geez.
your paid work.
This is serious stuff, man.
Well, Wyatt Cote, who's our current champion, he won last year in September. He just started something that he's calling the Victory Lap Tour. And he's got 16 weeks of work all in a row, almost all exclusively through the festival. And
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so our festival kind of works as a leverage to try and help comedians turn comedy into a full-time business for them. And so they may need to register a few times while they're still working part-time elsewhere, or coming out to the satellites. We go out and we talk after the shows, and a lot of those conversations are like peer-to-peer review of your performance. But also there's other elements where we're sharing ideas of how you can lower your costs on the road, or increase revenue, or monetize your intellectual property through other avenues, through like submitting jokes to late night TV shows, or figuring out a way to do a little web series, or working a new bar gig with someone you just met at this satellite who's like, oh, if you're ever in Indiana, I have a gig that I can give you $100 or $150 to close
Yeah,
the
you
show.
can't
So,
beat the connections you make through the World Series.
yeah, the networking element, like we do a post main event survey with our participants, and like the contest portion usually finishes like 5th or 6th. So it's usually like networking, reviews, and feedback from the judges and bookers, the opportunity to meet people who actually own comedy clubs and are managers of comedy clubs and are bookers or talent agents. So Joe's worked really hard, and I've been on board for the last 5 years as well, to try and create as a well-rounded and an opportunity to kind of introduce comedians to the industry aspect of what it means to be a working comedian.
Right.
And performing at other stages all over the country. I mean, like 1 year with you guys, I got to do Phoenix and Boston, Indianapolis, Chicago, a bunch of places. And it was great because when you put together like your digital press kit or a website, and you've showing that you're performing in all these different places, it's going to help you to get work for sure.
Absolutely. When I used to manage the Comedy Mix in Vancouver, I'd often go onto comedians who I didn't know. I'd look onto their webpage and see, okay, where have they performed before? And if someone had performed at Laugh Boston, House of Comedy Phoenix, I'd be like, oh, okay, they're definitely at the stage where they could work in my club as well. So yeah, just kind of building credits is another great sort of like byproduct of registering and performing in the festival.
And you can also get great clips of your performance, like for $5 or whatever. But like, that's amazing, because when you're talking about the quality, y'all are recording our sets.
Yeah.
And you can use those sets to get into other clubs.
Is that at each of the satellites or just the main event?
No,
yeah, you get recorded at every satellite, and you get a copy. You get a free copy of the video after every satellite performance. And then if you want to remove our watermark from the bottom, right down here, it costs like $5 to get a watermark-free version of your video. Great. And you can use those as submission videos for anything else, other festivals. Like we have a pretty decent relationship with like Big Pine and some of these other festivals, and they're like, oh, if we see someone submitting a video from one of your live satellites, we already know the quality of the performer, because they wouldn't have got to the stage of performing at a satellite if they weren't already at a certain caliber. And so it's kind of like one of those things that has perpetuated itself. By coming out and performing, you get this free video. And then if you come to the main event, you get a video from the main event. We do free headshots. Like, there's a lot involved for the price that you pay. And it's, I mean, you guys can speak to the price, but in my opinion, it's not that much for what you get.
Absolutely reasonable. The other thing too, there's another, I think for $25 you can get an even better copy where they put your name up and it goes right to the beginning of your performance. Which that works as well. I mean, like you said, the better the copy.
One of our hosts will provide what we call a special edit of your video, where it go like there'll be like a Kodachrome fading in with your name and contact information, and go straight to like the first word that you say on stage, and then fade out at the end with your contact information again. And all the money that we charge for that actually goes directly to that host to supplement their income, and also just for the amount of time that they put into it. Sorry, Erin, it looks like you had a question.
Oh yeah, no, just letting you guys finish. It's just, so if you if you don't make it, because like I actually got like that early bird deal where it was like the same price for the main event, and then like you get all the satellites.
Yeah.
I think we all did.
Yeah.
We run that starting on Black Friday and go through Joe's birthday on January 4th, and then it cuts down to 8. Then it'll cut down to 4 in February and cut down to 2 in March. So I don't want to jump to the conclusion of what your question was going to be. So I'll let you ask the question, then I'll answer it, and then I'll add extra information in case there's something else.
It'll be my first year doing it. Really excited to kind of see where I land and minimally learn more about myself and how to get better, for next year in case, don't end up hitting any of those. But for let's say you don't make it to the top 101, even with the additional, kicking ass at those satellites, you just don't quite make that. Did I read that you're still able to go to the event because you've kind of done that and then are able to maybe participate in other things, but not necessarily, obviously, the 101 top 101 show?
You sound like a plant. Like, this is such a great question. So a couple things. I'll roll back to the satellite stuff first. So the first satellite, I think, is it mic drop this year? It's the Ohio, the split satellite between Crackpots and Funny Farm. So let's say you don't get into Crackpot/Funny Farm. You're going to receive an email saying whether you did or not. And if you did not get in, then you have the opportunity to ask for notes from the judges. I highly recommend that any performer who doesn't get into one of our top 40s ask for those notes.
Oh, absolutely.
Because they give you some opportunity to sort of see how you're being perceived, some small corrective measures, and maybe you can go out to a show, implement those measures, film a new set, submit that new film. And that might get you into a future satellite. The second thing is, if you don't get into the main event in the top 101 for the official contest portion, we still run extra showcase shows for any performer who's registered with the World Series of Comedy to get stage time. And we've never declined the opportunity for someone to perform at the main event. And that gives people the same opportunity to perform in front of industry as anyone who'd be a satellite or anyone who's in the top 101. And I know for sure, 100% for sure, that people have booked work out of those extra showcase shows that we've done. Because last year we did them at Notoriety downtown in Vegas. We had so much fun, and they liked what we're offering as a concept in comedy so much that Dave asked to be one of our satellite events, and we're going to be there in April. And so they also have a beautiful showroom that they use for Laughter After Dark on Amazon. So this 13-part stand-up special series that I think gets dropped right around now. They've been recording it for about the last 4 or 5 months there. So you get amazing videos just because it's set up as like a professional studio. And you get the opportunity to perform in front of that booker, the manager, and the owner shows up at all the events there too. So
cool.
And one of the things kind of tying back into performing in the top 101 or performing in these extra, what we call registered comic shows, is the quality of the people past 101 doesn't drop off a cliff. They're still quality comedians who need the opportunity to shine and showcase themselves and have turned that into paid work. And so if Notoriety, who only saw that portion of our contest, thought highly enough of us to invite us back for a satellite, they're going to be really, really impressed with the quality of performances that are going to be in the top 40 of a satellite or the main event or whatever. So yeah, absolutely. We want to try and give comedians as many opportunities as possible to perform, be seen, and get booked.
Cool. Can I mention something also? If you don't make the top 40, the top 101, people will drop out for whatever reason. They're booked, they can't make it, and they will call and say, I can't make it. People will be moved up onto that list. So don't think that you're out. You could move up that list to the wild card round and even further, depending on how many people drop out.
There could be a pandemic where half the people come in.
Man, come on.
Stop it.
I had that happen last year. I got to come up to Minnesota, but it was like a 4-hour window, and I just couldn't figure it out with the day job and make it up.
Yeah,
I get why it was a short window. I wasn't able to.
Yeah, it's a challenge. Obviously, we need to give people enough time ahead of time to like book hotel and travel and accommodation, but then some people just cancel last minute. So we try so hard to like really be explicit. If you don't think you're going to come, please let us know as soon as possible so that someone else has a longer period, a longer window with which to take this spot that you're not going to take advantage of. And to be honest, between Joe and myself, our biggest pet peeve of the festival is people who just cancel last minute or don't show up. And they're like, oh, I'm just not going to be on the show. The show's going to be short. It'll be fine for you. We don't give a shit about the length of the show. The thing that pisses Joe and I off is you removed an opportunity for someone who really wanted to be there, who wanted to perform, who wanted to showcase at that club, and could have got paid work. So you're doing a disservice to your fellow comedian.
And on top of that, you pissed off some people who are pretty big in the industry and know a lot of other people that may have an opinion about you. And don't this guy, he don't show up.
Seriously.
There's a lot of conversations booker to booker and judge to judge about what goes on in the industry. And so don't think that, like Tom said, don't think that one thing that might happen to you in one festival might not actually affect something that happens in another. One of the things that happened last year is just with the pandemic, we ended up conflicting with San Francisco comedy competition. We were on the same week, the main event. And the really cool thing about that was all of the comedians that were in both communicated really well with us and also with the organizers of the CFCC. And they communicated with us as well. And it's like, you know what? We want Orion to do really well, or we want Ian to do really well, and we want Brooke to do really well, whether it's with us or with them, because the end goal, the reason we created the festival was to help comedians who are underrepresented get more opportunities. And so if that's with someone else, so be it. But just communicate with us. So Ian and Orion said, hey, look, we moved on. And like like Will said, that gave the opportunity for Joe to contact someone who was already coming to the main event. So we knew they were coming. They weren't in the 101 yet, but they got bumped up because they were making themselves available and they were creating their own luck.
Right. And you can also get more points based on how you do in the satellites, right?
Yeah. So basically you get a video score out of 30 from each of the judges. And then when you perform live, if you advance from the wild card to the next round, you get a bonus point. And if you advance from the second round to the semifinals, you get a bonus point. If you advance to the finals, you get a bonus point. And it doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're on like an Excel spreadsheet with 700 people and the difference between getting the top 101 is a score of 122 versus a score of 123, and you've come to a couple live satellites and you've earned 3 bonus points, then now all of a sudden you're in the top 101 and that other comedian who declined all the opportunities isn't.
Yeah. What do you guys do if 99 to 105, they all have 126? You know what I mean?
The first thing that we hope is sort of like Will said, if just by attrition enough people drop out, then we can accommodate all of them. But then after that, we bubble sort by the priority of video judges. Mm-hmm. So for the last couple of years, my score was a tiebreaker, Joe's was the second tiebreaker, and then our other judges were the third tiebreaker. Mm. So some of that I just held this incredible Canadian guilt about. So I would text the comic and go look, dude, you're tied to getting into the top 101. Please come to the main event. If someone drops out, you're in for sure, kind of thing. So just because I felt horrible being the tiebreaker, but you need to figure.
You know what? Since we run Twisted Dreams, it's a good idea that you do scores out of 30. I may run that by the guys because we've been doing. We watch 1,000 hours. What do we got? 250 movies to watch?
So many.
And we've been doing them out of 5 only.
Yeah. First things first, you guys need to get Zippy Vote.
Zippy Vote, yes.
Joe will hook you up with that. And what we do for the World Series of Comedy is we do 3 separate criteria, each out of 10. So there's, because you guys voted at the main event in a couple of the shows, I think, right? So there's stage presence, originality, and then overall.
You voted in the main event?
I didn't vote.
You guys were invited to come judge one of the shows, I think.
No, we didn't.
We just did the podcast.
We ended up being busy doing the show that we were doing there, and we didn't get to because you had so many industry people there.
You had enough people. Hey, there's a question that I have. Now with these satellites, or even the main event, How soon before that event does that list come out? And is there any way of moving that up a little bit so people can make travel arrangements?
We talked about that. We do it 3 weeks ahead of time. And so we always release the names like late on a Sunday or late on Sunday, early on a Monday. So it's like 3 weeks and 3 days in advance of when the first performance will be. The further you go in advance, the fewer the number of people. It lowers the opportunity for people to sign up. So you're removing opportunities for people. So over the number of years that the festival has been running, we've sort of found this to be the sweet spot of enough advance time and also a long enough opportunity for people to opt into performing at that venue. At the main event, we roll it to 6 weeks, I think. So it's 3 weeks for satellites and 6 weeks for the main event. But one of the things you could do is you could just jump onto our website, look at all the venues, and like pre-plan now. And one of the weird kind of side benefits of living in a COVID world is a lot of the airlines are more forgiving of refunds and cancellations. Mm-hmm. So if you felt strongly enough about wanting to participate at 3 or 4 of our satellite events, you could.
But you don't know what night. You don't know what night you're going to be on, though. That's
you guys know about the entertainment discounts at like airlines and hotels and stuff, right? You get
discounts.
Yeah, you get it like you're a worker, like a city worker. Huh? If you're in entertainment industry, just mention that to a front desk. That's how Brendan O'Day taught me that. That's how him and Nate got all the hotel rooms.
Would a flight too as well?
If you're gonna cancel, make sure you let them know that it's because you're in the entertainment industry, and they'll be like, "Okay, we get it."
Oh, that's interesting.
Are you talking about booking or canceling?
I meant if you got to cancel a flight, but if you are trying to book a hotel room, they have a special price for entertainment coming through.
Interesting.
And you know how like somebody will get a construction crew has to come for 6 weeks and stay at the hotel room to work here. They give you like that price, that way discounted. I'm just passing through.
Well, and then
awesome.
I've also already booked the Airbnb in Boston, walking distance from the club, and Sarasota because I haven't been there. And then if something happens, I can always cancel with the Airbnb with far enough.
Well, one of the things that I tend to preach to most comedians, especially about the main event, but also somewhat about the satellites, is it doesn't hurt to be there for the entirety of it. I understand that there might be implications of having to ask for extra time off from work if you're still working part-time. But even if you don't go on until Friday at McCurdy's in Sarasota, if you show up for Wednesday, they're going to find room in the club. And then now, the day you're not performing, you could still interact with the other comedians that are going to be there. You can do some networking, comic to comic, peer to peer. But also, you might get a chance to meet Bronwyn on Wednesday night and say, "Hey, do you mind watching me? I'm going to be on the Thursday 6:45 p.m. show or whatever, 3:30 in the afternoon show, whatever the fucking early time they have in Sarasota. Their late show on Saturday is like 7:45 p.m. or something." It's so cute. But I highly recommend that anyone who qualifies for a satellite come for the entirety of the week. You're going to have more FaceTime with Joe and myself or the other people associated with the festival. You're going to meet more of the comics that are going to be in the event. You'll have 4 nights you can come out with us for dinner and just shooting the shit about comedy. And then at the main event, for sure, no matter when you perform, show up on the Sunday and stay for the entire week, even if you don't advance. It's just, we've been told so many times it's the best networking festival out there, the main event. And so that's just an opportunity for you to come out and just like quite literally meet 50 industry people in that 1 week. It would take you over a year to do that with live showcases around the country.
You can also be on our podcast because we'll be there for the whole week this year. And we're also
Are you guys going to Minnesota?
We're going to Minnesota for sure. Yeah.
Nice.
Cool.
Excellent. Well, Jason, thank you so much for all the information. I hope you guys learned something today.
Yeah, for sure.
Nate, you learned a bunch. Erin, you learned a bunch.
I learned a lot. I did. No, I did. I like study. I literally was just like studying the website a couple, like when I had come on board.
I think it's important,
very important.
Please, because we're going to put this on the website. So please come back for the next hour because Nate barely spoke. I ran my mouth the whole time.
We're going to have such a fun hour. I got so many.
But I mean,
great
like,
stories.
I want to get
Wednesday
some more
premiere
information out though.
Okay.
Before we get into that, because I still think there's a few questions that these people might have. I want them to be able to answer.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Sounds good. Well, thank you very much, everyone. Nate,
Where's
Hey,
my
you got
camera?
anything going
Nathan?
on?
There you go. You got
Anything?
anything going on?
This is my
Promoting?
camera. Where's my
Right there.
camera?
Yeah.
This is my camera.
Do you have anything to promote? You got anything going on?
When this is hour 1.
Yeah.
I got a new show in Rockton at a barber shop next Saturday. Still a few tickets there. Otherwise, running 12 rooms, indoor kid comedy company. Yeah, come out, follow the website, support, buy me beer.
Oh wow, you should be able to book me quite
Yeah.
a bit, huh?
Aaron,
I
you
tried
got
to.
anything?
You told me
coming up?
no, dude.
No.
Listen, I have a gig coming up tonight. I will be at the Audubon Hotel in Mayville, Wisconsin,
Fun.
with Lee
Nice.
Likens. So that's about an hour drive. So I'm going from here up there.
All right.
Should be
Have
fun.
fun, Rick.
Aaron, you got anything coming up? Where can we find you? Follow you.
Yeah, follow me at Erin Lok Comedy. I know Locke is usually spelled many different ways, but it's L-O-K. So yeah, follow me at Erin Lok Comedy. In February, I'll be performing in Charlotte for Barely Funny. So really excited to do that. And then I also just started running an open mic at Elliott Borough Mini Bar, downtown Charleston. So come by, see us, and come on out.
Put your name in
The
the book.
World Series of Comedy is working on a new website called VIPtickets.com. It's not ready to launch yet, but it should be in the next month or so. And we're going to be targeting trying to get that product into the hands of the people who run independent shows so that they can have a customized comedy ticket website built by comedians for comedians with lower fees for the customers. So
That'd be awesome. Eventbrite's okay, but that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
No, Eventbrite sucks. Sorry.
My experience has been fine.
They take you coming and going. I'm doing a charity event, and they're
Charge a
taking
ton of
like
fees,
35 to
but-
40% overall, man. That's way
That's-
too much.
That's whoa,
outta
that's
here.
crazy.
Criminal.
Yeah.
That is criminal.
So
That's too much. Yeah, I'd love to hear
So,
more
yeah.
about that. I'll be, now that I just started getting up and running there, I'm going to be doing shows there as well. So, yeah, I'd love to hear more.
cool.
all right,
Sounds good.
everybody, tune in Wednesday. It's going to be off the rails, and remember,
We're
we're not good enough.
Yeah.